Friday, time to get into your motor vehicle. We'll get into the engine of your motor vehicle. That is to say, Seggy Woodley, how are you doing, my man?
How you doing, Jim?
The Indian is in the house.
You know, you've tried the Cowboys, now you're going to come to the Indian.
My favorite line from Seggy Woodley. Coming up for the festive season, and this is the sort of time when I think people start getting concerned about their motor vehicle. Because of COVID and all the rest of it, I think there's a sort of, I'm sensing, Seggy, you would probably be in a better position to say if I'm right or wrong here. But I'm sensing that people are restless. They do want to go, they do want to travel, but because of so many restrictions and all the rest of it, they may be thinking of traveling locally as opposed to internationally.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And which is a great thing for the local economy.
Absolutely,
And
I agree
travel
100%.
sector. Yeah. But it does mean that in a fair amount of cases, people will be using their motor vehicles for what they haven't done for quite a long time now.
Look at the smile on my day,
Yeah, go for a long drive down to the Wild Coast, down to the South Coast, down
Cape
to
Town, anything.
Yeah.
Anywhere that they would probably normally have gone if they spent their holiday locally.
Yeah, exactly. Now, but it does raise that question about your motor vehicle.
It does.
What should you what should you be looking for in your car if you're going on a longer trip?
Okay, firstly, let's just go back a little bit.
Yeah.
You said, the COVID and restrictions and cars have been standing. People haven't been going to work with their cars.
Yeah, true.
It doesn't mean your car doesn't need a once-over before you leave. Actually, it needs a once-over more so now than if you haven't had one and you haven't been driving. So that's the first part of it. Cars that are standing definitely need to have a once-over. And the whole point is to take it to someone who has been, to the person who has been looking at your car. Let them give it a once-over for you. Let them change the oil as the minimum service. And let that be the least that you do on your car. Let them change the oil. Let them check the tires. Let them give it a once-over. Let them tell you, what a lot of workshops will be doing now is a long-distance checkup. Let them tell you what they feel you should change. Because you've put your car in their hands. Listen to them. Do what they recommend.
Let's say you're traveling in, I don't know, schools break up around about pretty early in December, I think.
Yes.
So let's say you're traveling from the sort of 14th, the week before the 14th of December. What should you be checking?
Okay. Very good. Very good question, Jerome. Because don't fix your car on Thursday, then leave on Friday. Don't do that. Everybody is fallible. We're all humans. We can make a mistake. At least service your car a week before you travel. So you have an entire week to drive it around and see if there's anything wrong or something that was missed. And they'll go through everything. They'll check your tires. They'll check that there's sufficient, here's a silly thing, there's sufficient water in your windscreen washer bottle. Because, when you're driving and those bugs hit your windscreen, you need to get all that stuff off. As much as their garages down the way, you want to be happy in the knowledge that your car is fully functional. So they will check everything. They're from tires to oil levels in your gearbox, your diff, your engine, or they'll change the oil in your engine. They'll find all those little things that especially your fan belts, or on most cars these days, your poly belt. It's got cracks on it that you never thought should be changed. They'll change it for you. Make sure that you are absolutely safe on the road. There's no saying that a service like that will not cause your car to break down. Anything can happen.
Seggy, if you are on a tight budget, because a lot of people are on incredibly tight budgets.
Yes, tell me about it.
Yeah, a lot of people are still not being paid full salaries. Is there any way of, hey,
will you check my car out for free?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I personally, if you're an old client of mine, bring your car in and say, Seggy, please give it a once-over. I'm going away. You're an old client. We've been through the good times and bad times together. I'm sure the garage that does your car regularly will be more than happy to give it a quick once over and say, look, we think this is what should be replaced. We think you need to do the minimum, an oil change. Other than that, your brakes are fine, everything's good. Your lights all work. That's also important. Check that the brakes are okay. Check your lights, that all your lights work. People forget about that. That's one globe. No, it's not one globe. Check everything, and I think your service provider will ensure that your car's in a roadworthy condition before you travel.
But yeah, that raises the next point, though. There are certain things that I'm sure you would have to get,
Yes.
because they could land you on the wrong side of the law if you don't.
And you don't want that.
Yeah,
You don't want that. You just, like I said, your service provider will ensure that your car, your motor vehicle you're traveling with, and if you're going with family, every service provider will ensure that you and your family are safe on the road. Make sure that your spare, and we forget about this. Okay, a lot of cars don't come with spare wheels these days, but the spare wheel is fully functional, or as I would like to say, fully pumped. You have your triangle. Please, triangle, not in a motor vehicle, is a non-roadworthy car. You will get fined for not having a triangle in your car. So little things, just make sure, and your service provider will definitely ensure that you are safe on the roads.
If you're towing something, a trailer or a caravan,
Oh boy, here we go.
something like that, is there anything specific that you need to get?
Yes, just make sure, similarly to your car, your plug on your trailer to your motor vehicle, to your car, or your bakkie, or whatever it is you're towing with, is working. Because you and I both know the vehicle's been sitting for a year, or the trailer hasn't been touched. Now you're going down to the coast, you want to hook it up. Please hook it up at least a week before you go. Check that all the lights work. Take your trailer in, have the wheel bearings at least checked out. Check that the brakes work on the trailer. Because if you don't, you're going to be sitting in Harrismith waiting for the beach to come to you.
and that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
What, just as a last question, Sigi, are there any sort of memberships that you should be looking at and reassessing and maybe taking out? I would imagine things like an AA membership.
Yes.
It may have lapsed.
And that's the thing. People kind of laugh at people that have AA memberships. Believe you me, when you really need it, they're there for you. The AA. And even if you don't have a membership, I think you should just check this out, because even if you're stuck on the side of the road, Jerome, and you have a credit card, you can become a member instantly, and they will come out and help you. So, but to avoid all that, what's the cost? I mean, 1,600 rand, I think, for the year. You become a premium member, and beside coming out and helping you on a breakdown, they help you out with your holiday accommodation and travels and breakdowns and things like that. I stand corrected, but you should, if you're traveling over the holidays, or even normally, get yourself an AA membership. It's worth the trouble.
Sigi Moodley, thank you very much for your time once again. Appreciate it, my buddy.
You're welcome.
Don't say it like that. You're welcome. You can be friendlier than that, you chop.
You're welcome, Jerome.
That's where we leave it. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you tomorrow with Samantha Cowan. Bye-bye.